Good afternoon. It's Celeste of Astrology by Celeste. Yes, it is. I am so excited. I am going to be speaking with Theresa Reed, the tarot lady, who I just love momentarily. There's Theresa. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I'm so looking forward to this. Okay, how do I invite you? Okay, go live with the tarot. Hopefully that worked. Oh, wait, here's another thing. Accept. Sometimes you have to push the button like 3 times. Okay, here she is.
It's working. Technology has not failed us yet, Celeste. Hello.
Hi, how are you, Theresa?
So,
Uh-oh, your sound sounds good.
let me see. Let me just try to turn this up a little bit. Does that help?
No, it sounds kind of weird and muffled. Or do you have... Here?
Let's see if they'll help. 1 second.
Okay. Ah. Well, while Theresa fixes her sound, welcome, everyone. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the...
Okay, how does that sound?
Yay!
Technology has, let me get comfortable here. Technology, let me tell you something. So I've got 6 Mercury rule planets. I was just talking about this earlier. So before Mercury stations retrograde, there's always something going on. I feel it early. And so I call it PMS, pre-Mercury shit, because it's like that PMS before the actual event. You ladies know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So happy to be here, Celeste. Oh my
Yes,
God.
I'm so happy to have you. We are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, so let's all say a prayer that Instagram doesn't eat this or have any problems. I have my birth date candle, surviving Mercury retrograde. So
Oh my
hopefully
God.
that will help us with this. I'm so excited to talk to you. It's been a while. It's been a minute about
It
the astrology of
has.
2024.
It's been a busy year, I think, for you, for me, for a lot of folks. So I see a whole bunch of people coming in too. Hi, everybody. So it's taken us some time to get back together, and I'm so happy.
I am so happy too. Yeah, Jupiter in Taurus as a Taurus sun, and I'm an Aries moon, so the North nodes in my 10th house,
Hmm.
coming to conjoin my moon, and Jupiter and Uranus are in my 11th house, and I have been. Jupiter can be like so much coming at you. It's like being discerning is my word of 2024. Yeah, it's
Ooh.
wonderful, but a little overwhelming at times. I sometimes I pull the 10 of wands, like, and say, okay, Celeste, put your burdens down. It's time to relax. And you with your new book and everything, and I see you've been around the country at events. I think it's so wonderful.
Did a little bit of travel this year. I went to New York, which I haven't been in New York in 3 years. I will never be away that long again. I love New York. I love New Yorkers. Also got to Detroit, and Detroit is one of my favorite cities in the world. I mean, shout out to all my people in Detroit. Detroit is just, it's so underrated, and it's such an amazing city. So I also got to go to Detroit, and next year I am going to Canada, and I hope to get to Detroit again and New York again. New York is definitely going to happen, y'all.
Mhm.
By hook or by crook, I'm going to New York again. I'm never staying away.
I have never been to Detroit. You're saying I should put it on my list?
Put it on your list. And actually, there is a place in Ferndale called the Boston Tea Room. They have teachers come all the time. I will make an introduction because everybody there will love you. Oh my God.
Thank you, thank
Yes.
you. I would love that. Yes. Yeah. And tell everybody the name of your grief book,
Oh
because
yeah.
people are saying in the comments they love it.
The newest book is called I got a copy right here. It's called The Cards You're Dealt, How to Deal When Life Gets Real. And this is a tarot book on how to deal with really, really heavy stuff. Whether you are, working through that on your own or whether you're a professional reader and you're reading for folks, it gives you all the info that you need so that you can deliver also helpful readings that don't unintentionally cause harm.
I love that. I love that. I need to get the book. I'm
Hmm.
so behind. Oh, things. Yeah. So today, so everyone, if you're new to Theresa, probably everyone knows you.
Mm.
Follow her. She's an amazing tarot reader as well as astrologer who does tarot and what do you call it? Tarot tangents and what's your show
Tarot
every?
transits and tangents. I do that on Mondays and Fridays, where I let folks know what's happening in the planets for a couple of days. And we also pull cards for every sign of the zodiac. So there is additional guidance. And by the way, Celeste, I have my black and white Rider Waite deck here. So after we're done talking about astrology for 2024, if you want, we can pull some cards for folks so they know what to expect in 2024, a little guidance. Ooh, what deck do you have?
This is Abiola Abrams, African
Ah,
Goddess Rising. So I figured I'd give
ooh.
everybody a goddess for 2024 to
Yes.
be calling on when you need assistance. So of course we have to pull cards. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We always do that when we get together. So I'm excited.
Yes, yes. And yeah, and so anybody, if you're new to me and want to follow me, you just push the carrot. Or if you're new to Theresa, follow her. You don't even have to leave the live. Yes. So
It's
what?
easy.
It's very easy. Yes. So, what are some of the things you're most looking forward to or want to share about 2024?
Well, the thing I'm looking forward to the most, there's two things that I'm looking forward to. Jupiter going into Gemini.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm a Gemini, of course. And also it will be my Jupiter return. So on a personal level, I'm all about Jupiter going into Gemini. But also I like Jupiter and Gemini because I think it's going to have a lot to do with communication and expanding communication. So we have an opportunity to share information and to heal relationships. So that's one thing. And we could talk about more. I'm, of course, curious what you think about that. And
Hmm.
also, Pluto going into Aquarius. Pluto this year is going to dip into Aquarius. It did that last year. It's going to dip out and then it's coming to stay for a good long time. And Pluto in Aquarius is all about transformation um, and progress. I'm
Hmm.
looking at like it is innovation, it is technology, it is progress, it is progressive energy. So those are the two big things I'm excited about. What about you? I want to know, Celeste, what are you getting excited about?
Yes. Okay. My biggest excitement is Jupiter conjunct Uranus on April 20th in the sign of Taurus at 21 degrees of Taurus. So it's going to be on my Mercury in my 11th house, trying my Pluto.
Wow.
So I'm hoping
Wow.
I like I already kind of know what it is. I'm gonna be announcing it soon. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just be doing more with communities and groups and expanding. I'm gonna be at NORWAC, the conference, the astrology
Yes.
conference, and I'm presenting about eclipses. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that conjunction. Everyone should look to where it is in your chart and think about expansion and like excitement and eureka moments and breaking through
Hmm.
to the other side and all of that kind of breakthroughs, amazing breakthroughs. Yeah. And then I always love to see what goes on with the eclipses. So
Hmm.
I'm a little nervous about the North Node solar eclipse on April 8th. It's conjunct Chiron at 19
Hmm.
degrees of Aries. So there can be like certain people on an individual level, it can be really healing and and like giving you the courage to
Hmm.
go forth and challenge and bravery, but it can also be a lot of you know, it can be also be a lot of conflict. So I'm a little nervous, but I always love to see how eclipses turn out.
Yeah,
Hmm.
eclipses are wild cards, or somebody said it. I don't know who I get to give credit for, that they're like new moons and full moons on steroids. And I always love, love, love that analogy because it's true. You know, it tends to be a time with great shakeups and wake ups, and we are going to have, I believe that is also a total, it's going to be a total eclipse that's going to be
Yes.
visible across parts of the US. So I think it's going to be a significant eclipse for the US.
Yes.
And I think it's also going to be a significant eclipse, just period. A lot of us are going to be feeling definitely that shake up and wake up type energy. And it's Aries. I mean, Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. Yes, it's volatile, it's fiery, but it also has the energy to get us moving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love shake. Okay, Teresa, I'm gonna steal shake-ups and wake-ups. I love that.
Yep, it does do that. I mean, every time there's an eclipse, something happens. I'm like, oh my God, I needed to see that. Even if I don't like what I'm seeing, it really tends to get me awake at the wheel, so I'm not just like going through life like half asleep. And by the way, I love that you mentioned about the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Forgot about that. But notice how all that stuff is happening in April. We've got Jupiter
Mm-hmm.
conjunct Uranus on the 20th, and then we've got that eclipse on the 22nd. So that
Oh, the
feels,
8th.
or the 8th, excuse me. Yeah, duh. But that feels pretty, like that whole month of April feels like a lot is going to be going on. So
Mhm.
I'm really into this idea. I think April is going to be the month to watch without a doubt.
Yes, there's going to be some big stuff. I think there's going to be like some water event. So, because when Jupiter meets Uranus, there's
Hmm.
also Mars, Saturn, and Neptune in Pisces. And wouldn't it be amazing if like there was some breakthrough about desalination? That's
Ooh,
my high road thing, like some kind of scientific breakthrough is could be Uranus and Jupiter, like something really big, and that's something like we need around water, but
hmm,
or it could also be like the first thing I wrote down about the year was the dam breaks. Like it could be like
yeah.
a break of like information or even water. There could be some like big water event. We'll see what happens, but yeah.
Well, with Pluto being an Aquarius, which is all about technology and innovation,
Mhm.
I think you're onto something. I think we're going to see some kind of desalination thing. So I think you're on the money with that.
Okay.
I'm going to get behind that prediction. We're going to, so for all of us who are hearing this, we're going to say, okay, we're going to mark that on our calendar. Celeste on this day said, so when it happens, we can all come back and give the proper credit because I think you're right on. I think that is a big possibility.
I
That
hope so.
Oh, I think you're right on, and it has to happen because we're running out of water in some places. So I think it will happen. I agree with you. And by the way, that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, that is actually going to be making an exact trine to my natal Mars and an exact sextile to my, or is it a sextile? Well, it's making all kinds of good energy, but no, it's making this exact trine to my natal Mars. So I'm really into this idea.
Oh yeah, is it Mars and Virgo or
Virgo.
that makes so much sense when
Hmm.
you're having the ability to write all these books that you do. Yes, I love that. Hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to, I've got ideas for next year of things I want to do. So
Hmm.
maybe something will happen around that time. We'll have to see, but I'm into the idea. What do people need to know though about Jupiter conjunct Uranus on just on a general level? How would you explain that to them?
Yeah, so Jupiter can be, it's a planet of abundance and it's a benefic. So Jupiter adds to life. Some things I like to think about with Jupiter is exploration. So some people are going to be going on the trip of a lifetime with this energy. It's about religion as well and belief systems. Um, you can think about any kind of wealth. Somebody's going to win big lotteries around this time if their chart is activated the right way. So that's what I think. Jupiter expansion, but Jupiter can also be too much of a good thing. So
Mhm.
that's why you have to be a little discerning. And Uranus is things that are unexpected, sudden big events.
Hmm.
breakthroughs, like mental breakthroughs. And it's also in Taurus, an earth sign. So it
Hmm.
can be, it could also be something about like these weight loss drugs. Yeah, because Jupiter,
Ah,
and you can think about excess and with like obesity, some kind of obesity medication maybe coming with that. Yeah, but like Uranus can be benefic. Like
hmm.
it also is a planet of fame. So
Ooh,
yeah, getting more
maybe you'll
attention.
get famous, Celeste, because of your prediction. You never
Yes.
know.
Wouldn't that be nice?
You
Yeah.
deserve it. I mean, you're doing so much good stuff out there. And someone asked something about if they can build pipelines for oil, surely they can build pipelines for water. Well, listen, you're right, but let me tell you something about that. The reason why we don't have that, the reason why it hasn't been solved is because there are people who are going to try to figure out how to monetize it. And water should be a human right. So there's a problem here. They can talk oil for this and that, but when it comes to something like water, which we all need to survive, they haven't figured out yet entirely how to monetize it because it'll be controversial. And I think that's what the problem is, and that's why it hasn't gotten solved yet. They're just going to use things up until we don't have a choice, and then they're going to hope to monetize. There's a guy from Nestle. Watch, there's a video, you can find it, where he was trying to monetize water back in the day. And
Mhm.
here he is sipping water out of a little thing and talking about how people should pay. It's not a human right. That's what I think is that's what I think is holding up. But I do think also with Pluto in Aquarius, this is why again Celeste is right. That's what's held it up. But Pluto in Aquarius, Aquarius is all about humanitarianism. It is the collective. We're all in it together. And the younger people are really speaking up and saying, hey, we're all in it together. We need to like take care of each other. And I think that's going to be the pushback we need. So it can become, Yogi around the world said, not a priority. So it can become a priority. Water, everybody should have access to water. Everyone should have access to food. Everyone should have a roof over their head.
Mhm.
But why has that not happened?
Yeah, it's all about the money. Yes, it
Mhm.
is. Oh, Tote March said it's a year of the wood dragon too. I don't know much
Ooh,
about Chinese astrology. I should
yeah.
look it up. Yeah.
Well,
So what?
I'm not a dragon, so I don't know much about dragons, y'all. I'm waiting for my year, the year of the snake. What were you gonna say,
Mhm.
Celeste? Sorry.
Yeah. So how would you describe Jupiter Uranus for people? What to look out for?
Well, I think we're going to have major shifts around money. Now,
Hmm.
some of that could be us, like as individuals. Maybe you get an aha moment. Maybe you get that moment where it's like, okay, I need to do something different with my finances. It could be maybe there's a disruption that turns out at first not to feel good, but later on it's going to be for your highest good. Like, for example, let's say you get fired around that day. You might find that it opens you up to something incredibly profitable or something that's much more suited for you. I think the economy also is going to be experiencing some major shifts and surprises. I think they're going to be good surprises, but they're surprises nonetheless. So
Hmm.
I think we're going to see a lot of change around money. So I'm
Hmm.
like, of course, I'm hoping it's good for us, Celeste.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm looking at the way it's showing up in my chart. I'm like, okay, well, let's see what's going to be happening here. But in general, I think that's one of the big things we're going to see is financial shifts and surprises around April 20th. And again, we have that eclipse just a couple, like what, 2 weeks
Hmm.
before.
Yeah.
So surprise, surprise
Yep.
in April.
Yeah. And I think the eclipse might be about revolutions and
Yes.
like uprisings and strikes, like people
Yes.
demanding, fighting North Node in Aries for fairness, South Node in Libra. Yeah, I think
Oh
we'll
my
see that.
God. Yes, I mean, there's been so much going on with the union striking and speaking out,
Mhm.
and oh my God, I just think that's wonderful. I think what we are going to be seeing also with money, with you mentioning rebellion, not just people like striking, but people really speaking up about wanting the billionaires to get taxed, as they should. I just read online
That would be
somewhere,
fantastic if that,
yes,
yeah.
I mean, because remember, Uranus is all about the people, right? I mean, it is rebellion, but Uranus is all for one, one for all.
Mhm.
Same like Pluto and Aquarius. And when you think about Jupiter conjunct Uranus, it's time for some of that to be, for all of us, not just why are they not paying taxes? Why do I pay more taxes than Jeff Bezos? So I think that there could be also more attention to that. and there needs to be. Now, the thing I saw somewhere that Jeff Bezos built a $40 million clock in the middle of a mountain. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm like, what? What I could do with $40 million? The people I could feed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think about that, and I think what we're going to see is there's going to be more people saying that we need to feed people. We need to be doing what Chef Jose Andres is doing, feeding the
Mm.
damn people. He is my hero. We have to be thinking about stuff like that. And so, with Jupiter conjunct Uranus, there could be not just shakeups in the market, shakeups in our personal finances, but also you said the strikes, and there may be people also saying, "Hey, these billionaires, y'all got to pay some
Well,
damn. You got to pay too."
yes, and billionaires are like a Leo type energy, and Aquarius is opposite Leo. So yeah, I think there'll be a lot more pressure coming on people with enormous amounts of wealth from people on the outside. Uh, yeah.
Well, here's something I think too. Um, you know, I think the people who are in power, a lot of them are the Pluto and Leo generation.
Hmm.
And so I think Putin has that, Biden, a lot of these dudes do. Some females too, but we got a lot of dudes still in power, more so than like women or trans people or, whatever. So we've got all these guys in power, and a lot of them are Pluto in Leo. Now, Pluto's going to go in Aquarius, and what is Pluto in Aquarius about? Again, all for one, one for all. And I think Pluto in Leo people were kings and queens in past lives, and they still want to wear the damn crown. And I think Pluto in Aquarius, now I'm going to sound like a radical. Well, I am. But I think what we're going to be seeing with Pluto in Aquarius, these kings are going to start to lose their crowns.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
my prediction. Because again, the people are going to be like, why do you have to be a billion? Why, just because you're a millionaire, you get to run for office? I
Hmm.
was watching the debate the other night, and I'm like, this one guy, no names, I'm like, You're not qualified just because you're rich." So I
Exactly.
think
I know
again, yep,
exactly who
you know
you're
what I'm
talking.
talking about.
You
So it
know
really
who I'm
is like,
talking
why are
about.
all the people who are politicians? Why is it you're rich and suddenly you're qualified? You should be about the people, not just because you're a rich dude or a rich
Hmm.
female. So
Hmm.
now again, I'm sounding like a radical, but Pluto going into Aquarius is like, nah, 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 nah. You kings, you're losing your damn crowns. We need people who are in there for the people, like the Justins. I love
Hmm.
the Justins. I'm looking at this up and coming generation
Oh
of
yeah.
politicians, and the Justins are it. That's what we need to look to for guidance. We need, yeah, no offense against elderly people. Look, I'm almost a senior citizen. I have my AARP card. I'm not dissing my generation, but we do need to see the younger people getting in there. Pluto and Aquarius is all about that. And I'm looking at
Hmm.
like the Justins. I'm looking at Jasmine. Is her last name Proctor? I hope I got that right.
I don't know who that is.
She's in Texas. Oh my God,
Oh.
smart, smart, young, fierce. I'm watching her. Someone get the last name spelled right. There it is, Jasmine Crockett. Ah, I almost got it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Jen
look
Booth,
her up.
Jasmine Crockett. And listen, I'm going to go look at her chart and put her in our Patreon. But Jasmine Crockett is brilliant. Yeah, all these people, they're starting to listen to people here. But when I look at those people, those young folks, I'm sitting back and I'm like, these young people, Pluto and Aquarius. Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm ready
Yeah.
for you. Gretchen
Yeah.
Whitmer. And I think also what we're going to see, and this is going to be
Yeah.
my prediction that I'm making right here, and
Yeah.
there's going to be people who don't like it. This is not me being like, just looking like, oh, this is what I want. I'm looking at stars and stuff, and I'm like, I see you, Gavin Newsom. Hmm. I
Mm.
see you, President Newsom. Hmm.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah,
watching you.
I think he has his North Node in Aries. Yeah, I
That doesn't
think.
surprise me.
I think. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in
He's.
general, yeah, he's got juice. There's a lot of these
Hmm.
younger people coming into power, but I'm watching the real young folks, Jasmine Crockett, the
Hmm.
Justins. I just call them the Justins. I want to adopt both of them. But
Yeah, they were
again,
incredible. I forget what transit that was when they were kicked out of
yes.
their seats for speaking up about gun violence, and then it
Hmm.
must.
Oh, oh, sorry. Well, I think it. I always put mine on airplane just so that doesn't happen. So I
It
think
is
we're,
on airplane, but my favorites can get through.
oh, mine don't. But
Ah.
I think with Pluto and Aquarius, that's what we're going to be seeing. We're going to see a lot of new progressive thoughts, a lot of new progressive people coming in. We're going to see also people coming in that are going to be, they're going to represent the way the country really is and looks versus what our current climate with so many, I mean, so many white dudes in there. No offense, white dudes, but that's not what the country looks like. We got to be more represented. And Pluto and Aquarius is all about that. It is all about, making sure everybody is involved. It is about the collective. And one of the things, you hear people say about, oh, we want to create seats at the table, but somebody said this and I can't give credit, unfortunately. I don't use that statement anymore because I'm like, when you say giving people a seat at the table, what you're implying is that somebody owns the table. No. Pluto in
Mm.
Aquarius is not about that. Pluto in Aquarius is not about one person owning the table and making room. It's just everybody coming in and saying, listen, we all got a space here. I think
Mhm.
Pluto in Aquarius is the thing to watch. I'm into it.
Yes. Well, on I believe it's February 14th. I'm really interested in this period in February between the 14th and the 22nd, because what's going to happen is first Mars is going to be conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. And so whenever a conjunction or anything happens at 0 or 29, I really have my eye on it. And then Venus is going to enter Aquarius and conjunct Pluto. And then and then Venus is going to meet Mars
Yes.
at 6 Aquarius on the south node of the United States in the third house. So there may be some transportation or big news released about the stuff that was done undercover. Pluto
Mm.
exposes, brings to the surface things. It might be about TikTok. We'll see if there's something going on about TikTok, or yeah, it's going to be,
Can I
I think that's going to be like kind of some of the first big news of the year.
I've been playing with TikTok and I'm playing with trying to do some new things there. TikTok is one of those things that, I mean, I don't know what to think about it.
Mm.
But what's interesting, now when you're on there, every other like thing you scroll on is an ad. I'm like, what? I don't want to look at your shop for wigs. I don't want to look at this shop for this or that. It's really gotten weird over there. So I don't know. I'm like, oh, I was going to do new things here, but maybe I should just, hmm.
Yeah, I post stuff on TikTok, but I have a hard time with like I like Instagram better. I just
I like Instagram better
I
too, and I've
feel
been
like it's a
liking Threads.
calmer environment where it's like and people are not like I don't get things like people trying to be Barbie and all these like Pluto and Aquarius type filter stuff over on Instagram, which I like. So, yeah.
Instagram is different. I think we're right. We're going to keep an eye on Instagram. I think social media also with Jupiter going in Gemini. I think we're going to see some changes happening there. Probably some changes we're not going to like, but also some changes that might be necessary. I've been liking
Mhm.
Threads so far.
Yeah, I need to do more on Threads. I've just been overwhelmed recently, but yeah, I like Threads. Yeah, because I'm done with Twitter. Yeah,
Oh,
I
me,
mean
I'm off of
everyone.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
got off Twitter when it got too mean, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really need to be around all this kind of negative energy. And you're not getting the algorithm, they're skewed, and I'm not going to say anything about who shall not be named who's running that joint.
Hmm.
It's just like, mm-mm. So I just kind of closed. I mean, my account's still there, but I put it on private, and I'm not over there anymore. Just not.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I decided like you can't believe anything, and this is also like this combination of Saturn and Pisces, like what's reality versus what's not reality, and Pluto and Aquarius, all of this AI stuff that
Hmm.
um, can make you think you're seeing something with the Saturn and Pisces you're not really seeing, like someone saying something. I think this is going to be big with the election. Like, and people get
Yes.
their news in different places. And so, yeah, with Jupiter and Gemini, like, I love that because I have my Venus in Gemini, but it's in the sign of Jupiter's jet detriment because it's just like
Yep.
boom, so much information and what is real and what is intended to trick you. Because Gemini, Mercury's the trickster
Yeah,
energy. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot for the election next year, and we're really going to have to be discerning about what we expose ourselves to, I think.
you are so right on. And also, what we have to remember is Pluto is going to be retrograde back into Capricorn.
Hmm.
When
At
does
the
that
election.
happen? Yeah, I think it happens in September, and it will be back in Aquarius on after the election, like right after it. I think November
Hmm.
like 19th or something.
Hmm.
So this is my prediction also about this election. We, with it being back in Capricorn, we have a choice now. Do we want to go back to the old way? Okay. Do we really want that? I mean, people talking about the 50s, which weren't so great for a lot of us, let's be honest.
Hmm.
Or do we want to think Pluto and Aquarius and head to the future? So we are going to have a choice between holding on to what was and trying to go back, or to try to move us all forward. And that's what we need to be thinking about when we're going to those
Hmm.
polls.
Hmm.
And we've seen stuff going backwards back to the damn 50s. I don't want to go, listen, I wasn't even born in the 50s, but I don't want to go back then. I don't. I
Hmm.
want to move ahead. So I
Yeah.
think people need to be thinking about that. Why do you want to go back to a time when it was only good for a few?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't.
I totally agree. This election, I think, is going to be like something we've never seen. There is going to be a lot of amped up hostilities, but I
Hmm.
also think, yeah, I mean, it might be really paradigm shifting. There's a possibility because there are all these other people running, and people are getting tired of the two old guys to like just try. Yeah,
Totally.
we'll
By
see.
the way, Celeste, people keep talking here about your hair, how shiny and beautiful it is. And I
Oh,
have to
thank you.
agree. Y'all, I've been noticing too. Celeste, your hair is looking really, really beautiful today. So we just gotta, I've seen it pop up a few times. So
Well,
gotta
thank
make sure
you.
you saw that.
My hairdresser Tamisha hooked me up on Wednesday. Yeah. Ah. Oh, somebody said the Dems introduced a bill that would stop hedge funds from owning homes. I love that.
Good. We
Yeah.
need to stop private equity firms too. That needs to be
Hmm.
something we need to look at because private equity firms, y'all are ruining a lot of things. Hey, John G, I just saw you coming in. They are doing a lot of damage. You wonder why all these hospitals are closing in rural areas? Private equity firms.
Ah.
Yep, start looking into private equity firms. These are causing a tremendous amount of damage, and we need to start thinking about that. And that's what they need to start looking into because they're buying things up and they're destroying things.
Mm.
Just got to add that in. Now I'm
Mhm.
sounding, you know what, Celeste, I'm feeling very Pluto and Aquarius today.
You are power to the people.
We
Power
we also
to the people.
we also have that mood in Libra today. What is mood in Libra
Yes.
all about? It's about equality. It's about justice. So, these are things that really keep me up at night. I mean, I sit up at night thinking about private equity. Yes, vulture capitalism, and I'm like, oh my God.
Mm.
Then I think Pluto and Aquarius. We're going to get this right. I really believe that.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, and today we had the Mercury, or it was either today or yesterday, Mercury trine Jupiter. Yeah.
Yes, it's good
Ah.
energy.
And it's going to trine two more times. So this is, and it's Mercury in Capricorn trine Jupiter in Taurus. And it's good
Hmm.
with the retrograde. We're going to have two more of them. So really an opportunity. Like, how do you want to expand? Speak your big dreams, write them down, and then start taking
Hmm.
action. I feel like this is what this expansive energy can be, and about, yeah, and with the moon in Libra, like you said, about bringing fairness and balance and win-win solutions to people. I love that. Hmm.
Yeah, we got to think about everybody, not just ourselves. I think those
Yeah.
days are ending. And again, Pluto and Aquarius, it's very much the me generation. Or not Pluto and Aquarius, Pluto and Leo generation, the ones who are in charge. They're the me generation. They're the me
Hmm.
generation. Let's remember that all. And I think that we need to be more concerned. Pluto and Aquarius now is we, not me.
Hmm.
We and Moon and Libra today also. It's perfect for thinking about we, the people.
Yes, that's what it was intended. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. not the me, like
Mm-mm.
the Leo, more that Leo Pluto energy. Yeah.
So
Anything
one thing,
else before we start pulling cards that you
yes,
want to?
one thing I'm not looking forward to is Mars retrograde at the end of the year.
Oh, me either. It's going to retrograde over my ascendant. So I think it's December 6th. It goes retrograde at 6 degrees of Leo,
Yep.
backing up to 17 Cancer. Um, in I think March or February of the following year. So I think there's going to be a lot of contention around the electoral college
Hmm.
potentially with that because in December is when they meet. And Mars and Leo, please don't, retrogrades can bring back previous situations. Please don't bring back January 6th energy. Oh,
I don't think that's going to happen.
oh good. Yeah.
I don't see that. I think now
Okay.
everybody's on high alert. So
Mm-hmm.
that's, I mean, there's still always going to be people out there who are mad and, pitching a fit and stuff. But that was the right conditions for that to happen. And I don't think those conditions are going to be there again.
Mm.
That I don't feel. Also, what's happened in Wisconsin, this is very interesting, real quick. So here, there were all these fake electors, and apparently just yesterday or the day before, my husband was telling me, I don't have the whole thing, y'all, but apparently they all came clean and they're like giving evidence and saying that, they felt like they had no choice but to do it, and they're admitting
Mm.
that they were like breaking the law.
Oh,
So
good.
again, when you have that kind of stuff happening, we've got to preserve democracy. And I think the big thing
Mm-hmm.
when we go into this election, it isn't just about all the things I talked about astrologically, but we have to think about democracy. Pluto and Capricorn, the US is under their Pluto return.
Mm-hmm.
And we got formed blah 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 200 and some years ago. And we have a democracy. It's not perfect, but we have to think about now, while we're under a Pluto return, the last gasp of it, 29 damn degrees. Do we preserve our democracy or are we going to let it fall? And if we let it fall, what does that mean? I don't think it's going
Mm-hmm.
to fall. I think people on the last election were like, whoa, we've got to be careful here. And I think we've got to be very, very careful now.
We
So,
do. Yeah, we have our Pluto. The United States chart has Pluto in the second house, and it's the house of values as well as
yep.
money and resources. Do you value democracy? Like there's some people think, oh, they're all bad. All the political parties are corrupt, it's not all the same. The Atlantic
Mm-mm.
ran an article, or a whole issue is coming out today with Mercury
Really?
trine Jupiter, and they're about Donald Trump and about what
Okay.
he's already talked about he's going to be doing if he's reelected. And it's very authoritarian, which could be Pluto and Aquarius could also be authoritarian. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what people decide to do. The power is in the hands of the people, back and forth
Mm-hmm.
with the government. Do we take a stand to preserve our way of life, or yeah, or not?
And not just preserve our way of life, but we got to
Mm-hmm.
make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it
Yes, make
become,
it better.
first of
Yeah.
all, authoritarian, I don't do well with authority, Celeste, as you can probably
I
guess.
can tell.
I don't know if you can tell, but authoritarianism, no, 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 no. We cannot get that here. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. But if it does, let me tell you something. These authority figures are going to learn it ain't going to wash in the long run. Not here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. And I also don't want just to maintain. I want to make it better. So,
Yes.
okay, let's make democracy, but let's make it better. We're not free till we're all free, and we've got to
Mm-hmm.
fix the voting rights things so that everybody can vote and get their voice heard. So,
Mm-hmm.
Black and Divine, yes, you and I are cut from the same cloth. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I got my deck, Celeste. I know you got things to do, so let me get
Yes.
my
Let's
deck
do it.
out. Thank you for inviting me today. So you
Oh,
all,
anytime.
this is a very strange deck. I got this deck, Celeste, and I thought, oh, a black and white tarot deck, whatever. And I thought, I'm not even going to do a live unboxing because nothing special about this. Let me tell you, I love this deck. It's got shiny black edges that are almost hypnotic.
Ooh.
And there's something about all the color being stripped out that says I can put my own imagination into this. like it's not done for me, and I like that. So
Mm.
kind of this deck makes me think, and it makes my intuition do some work.
Oh, I like that. It is called what? The Black and White Tarot
The
deck?
black and white Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. I mean, how,
Uh-huh.
again, I really thank you, Jen Boopy. I wasn't into this deck mentally when I first got it. Thank you, US Games, for sending it. And I thought, what? And then once I opened it, and oh my God, everything about this deck, y'all, this deck it's been making me happy. And I'm a Rider-Waite-Smith gal, but Rider-Waite-Smith is a problematic deck in many ways. And this deck, oh my God, I just love the way it feels. So I just got to say
Mm.
that. All
Mm.
right, my cards are ready. They shuffle so good, Celeste. It's
Yes.
easy to make these cards ready because it is like shuffling. It's like shuffling these beautiful pieces of glass. They
Mm.
just move so well together. So whenever you're ready, and somebody asked where Benny is. Benny's over here, but Benny's busy. So sorry, y'all.
Oh, someone asked, will the war end?
Which
Oh,
war?
I know. Which war? Yeah, we got Ukraine, we've got stuff in the Sudan, we've got in Israel and Gaza. Yeah. Mm,
I mean, that's the question. Which one?
yeah.
So I don't even have an answer for you on that because there's too many going on right now.
And the North Node in Aries is
Yep,
amplifying
we got to
conflict.
get out of that North Node in Aries. We got to
Yeah.
get out of it.
Okay. Okay, Theresa, what's your card for Aries?
Okay, Aries, this is what you need to know about 2024. You've got the Chariot, and this is telling you this year you can go as far as you want to go. It's up to you. You have the resources, you have the tools, you have everything that you need. The reins are in your hands. So you've got to channel that willpower, which every Aries has, and you've got to remain focused on what you want to accomplish, have, and be, and trust that you will reach your destination. So, Aries, you've got the power this year. 2024, you've got it. You've got it, baby.
I love that. And I'm using Abiola Abrams, her African Goddess Rising deck. It's a Hay House deck, and it's on my link. It's on my Amazon storefront. Gang Sarah is the goddess. Resistance. I
Ooh.
love this. Look at all the green. This is also about manifesting. I feel like just coming to me, resisting wasting your energy with impulsivity is something that Aries can do, and like being more grounded and tactical. I would
Mm-hmm.
suggest with this energy for Aries, resist. Like this is independence, so resist like people trying to dominate you or things like that also comes up, and mm, and it's also about showing up. Yeah, it's you are scared that you're going to mess it all up. You may have stumbled, but this is a new day. Learn to show up for yourself. Resist holding yourself back is what I'm getting for this, and embody the Chariot. Yeah.
And watch those Aries leaders, those young ones out there. They're going to be
Mm-hmm.
leading the resistance, y'all,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
as they always do.
Yeah.
All right, Tauruses, 2024 and Taurus. Okay, Taurus,
Mm-hmm.
I know you've all been busting your ass. And a lot of you have been saying, I'm working hard. Where are my rewards? Why is it not showing up? Do I need to continue to work this hard? And what you need to do is at the beginning of the year, take a step back. Look at what you've been working on. Look at what's working, what's not working. Weed out the things that no longer resonate and start putting your energy into the places where you're already seeing growth. And what you're going to see, Taurus, at the end of the year, suddenly there's going to be all these things blossoming, all these things flourishing and thriving. So you just got to weed out the crap that ain't working, and you are going to thrive. You
I
got this,
love
Taurus.
I love that. I pulled Oshun,
The
fearless
goddess of love.
love, the goddess
Mm,
of love. Oshun, Oshun. And with Jupiter in the sign, like being generous yourself, being giving and receiving love. I'm feeling like also like Six of Pentacles energy with this, and embodying love and loving yourself. Like Taurus can be a sign, it's ruled by Venus, and Venus compares, and like there can be self-esteem stories. Like how do you find your way back to yourself and having life be full of love and life feeling good? Yeah, even if it's just about you and yourself and your pets and your children and your family and all that.
And I would also say with these two cards, if can you show that Oshun again? That Oshun is so
Yes,
beautiful in this deck. Don't be Taurus, don't be all work and no play. Oshun loves pleasure. Make time for pleasure, Taurus.
I love that. Yes, not all work and
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Ooh, Gemini. So my Gemini, fellow Gemini friends, this year you are going on a journey. Now, that journey could be physical. Some of you Geminis may be doing some travel this year, and I'm planning on it myself. But also, there's another type of journey happening for you. This is a year where you're going to be getting very clear on what's important to you and what no longer resonates. Some of you Geminis are going to be moving on from certain situations, people, communities. You're going to be going off on your own. And what you're going to find is a really, really funny thing. Now, Gemini's always searching for their missing twin. But going off and doing your own thing is going to open you up to many new experiences and people and situations that are going to help you to grow. So, Gemini, you're going far this year internally, but also there's a little bit of travel there too.
Yes, and it's like with that card, the Eight of
Eight of
Cups,
Cups.
I always feel like you're leaving something behind and there's a little bit of like sorrow about it. And then this, I pulled Mama Lambo,
Ooh,
self-sabotage. So it's like how can you walk away from things that are no longer serving you? And look, she looks like a snake shedding old skin. And you're walking away from things that maybe it'd be hard to leave behind, but you're walking into a better, healthier existence with Jupiter coming into your sign. Yeah.
I love that. And Gemini, don't stay any place where you're just not feeling good. Don't do that
Hmm.
to yourself. You don't have to be the nice guy. Move on. Who cares what other people think, Gemini?
Yeah.
All right, next up, Cancer. Cancer is very similar to Gemini. Cancers are moving on. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Cancer, some of you Cancers have had a pretty tough 2023. And this energy is saying, okay, we're putting 2023 behind us. It's in the rearview mirror. And I think you're going to feel a sense like you're moving on. Some things are starting to ease up for you this year. And also, for a lot of Cancers, you're going to travel this year. Good year to travel. But in general, this year, you're moving on. Some things are easing up. Life is going to feel like it's getting a lot calmer. And you're going to also recognize who's really got your back this year. You're going to know who really has your back, Cancer.
Mm. And I pulled Mama Jajombo, shine.
Ooh,
Yeah, like moving away from places where you're not allowed to be you and let your own light shine through, I think is something to think about with this. You were born to shine, be seen, be heard, be a movement. We need to know your name. We want to know your dance. So really think about how you're expanding yourself and how you're going to let yourself shine, especially in the beginning of the year with Jupiter in a sextile with Cancer
hmm.
planets until May 25th is when Jupiter moves into Gemini. Mm-hmm.
Can't wait till May 25th. That's all I gotta say. Oh my God. All right. So next up, we got Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Leo, the Five of Wands. Now, Leo, this is going to be a busy, busy year. 2024 is going to have many irons in the fire, lots of things competing for your attention. So, Leos are going to feel like you're on. It's on like Donkey Kong. You are going to have one of the busiest years ever. Now, sometimes there may be some conflicts popping up too. And Leo is not afraid of conflict. And Leo, what I think, if there's a conflict or a competition, this is going to be the year where you're going to show people your roar. You're going to show them that you're the king or queen of the jungle, that you deserve to be in that top dog position. So don't be afraid to don't be afraid of a little competition. I will say also, don't take on more than what you should be doing. Make time for play. I'm going to give you the same advice I gave Taurus. But what a busy, busy year. I mean, Leo, what are you getting yourself into? And single Leos, you're going to have a lot of people competing also for your attention in a good way because who doesn't love a sexy damn Leo?
Mm, yes. And so I pulled Awakening for Leo.
Ooh,
And we talked about this earlier. Mars is going to go retrograde in the sign of Leo. It doesn't happen to December, but Mars enters its shadow like October 4th or so. So you want a Leo, do as much like preparation and getting the things you want to get done done before October as much as you can, because there may be some twists and turns and like exhaustion and reversal of your energy after that. But I pulled the awakening card. So it's like you are pregnant with possibilities and new things that you want to birth. And I think you need to fight to Five of Wands to get them done or in place before October as much as you can. Yeah.
Right on. And I love that card. That's so beautiful.
Isn't it? Yeah, with all the water energy and the dolphins. I love it.
Yes, and her jumping
Awake.
out with her beautiful belly.
Yeah.
I
And
love that.
this year was a big year for Leos with the Venus retrograde. So you're learning so many new things about yourself.
Let me tell you, some Leos I know really went through things. Leo, I feel
Hmm.
you. Now, Virgo, first of all, we got the Page of Swords. This is really good for learning. So some Virgos might be going back to school, taking classes, gathering new information. Maybe you're getting involved in new hobbies, new things that really stimulate your brain. And Virgos love that. They're ruled by Mercury. So the more they learn, the happier they are. So it's an excellent year with lots of mentally stimulating activities. This year also is going to bring a lot of important professional news for Virgos. So Virgos, there might be some things happening at your work. There may be, things that you have to prepare for. You may have to adapt and adjust your immutable sign. You'll be fine. And for Virgos who are parents or want to be parents, kids this year are going to give you a run for your money. They're
Mm.
going to like get you on your toes. Oh my God.
Hmm. I pulled Sukiyant, scarcity.
Oh.
So this is a reminder for Virgos to, if you can, try to get out of a scarcity mindset, and more of an abundance mindset, especially at the beginning of the year. Like Saturn is opposing your Virgo placements in early degrees right now, and Saturn can feel a little heavy or feel like we're working really hard. But remember the trine from Jupiter into Virgo. So, like, don't forget, there's maybe hard work and there may be feelings of scarcity, but use the Page of Swords, that sword, to like a cut away from that feeling of scarcity and looking towards more like, okay, let's move into areas of ease and flow where there's more
Mm.
abundance available.
And you
Hmm.
deserve it, Virgo. You deserve the
Hmm.
best. You know that.
Yes.
All right, Libras. What have we got for our Libras? Another page, we got the Page of Pentacles. So Libras also, this could be a time of learning new skills, going back to school, taking classes. Maybe you're focusing on one thing that you're really into and you're nailing it. So it is excellent for Libras, whether you're students or whether you're just wanting to perfect and hone your skills.
Hmm.
Also, this year brings a lot of news around money for Libras. So that could be a new job, a new side hustle. It could be somebody finally paying you back that money they owe you. So for Libras, a lot of you Libras are going to feel like there's a lot of things happening around your resources this year. And it looks like the stuff is for your highest good. It is for the betterment. This is not a negative thing about money.
Mm. I pulled Long Booby Susie. The card is the card of shame. And I really think like Libra, the South Node is now in the sign of Libra. And it's a time for you to be clearing out old stories about, and sometimes Libra can be like a little too concerned about the surface of looks of things. And I think it's a call to like find the deepness of your love for yourself, and with the Page of Pentacles, a new attitude about self-worth and self-esteem. You are beautiful and loved. Even in your ugliest moments, you have heart, soul, and breath that makes you beautiful. And her motto is, I am protected. So yeah, doing some shadow work with that,
I love
Libra.
that. The name is hilarious. I'm sorry.
Hello, long booby.
All right, now my Scorpios. Now everyone knows how much I love Scorpios. You got the High Priestess Scorpio. So
Mm.
first of all, a lot of Scorpios are going to have some top secret projects brewing. I love that for Scorpio. So 2024 Scorpios are going to surprise us. They're going to be pulling things out. We're going to be like, wow,
Yeah.
amazing. So a lot of top secret things going on. Also for Scorpios, your intuition this year, first of all, Scorpio, in my opinion, is the most psychic sign of the zodiac. Well, this year it's amplified a million times. So folks, those Scorpios are going to know what's going on. And Scorpio, you're going to be able to feel every situation, every person on. You're not going to get fooled by other people's BS because you can sense it, you can see through it, you know what's up. And lastly, Scorpio, everyone is going to be telling you their business. You're going to know everything.
Mm,
We can trust Scorpios with secrets.
I love that. And I pulled ESET, surrender.
Ooh.
And this is like Scorpios, you're done with the eclipses in your sign, where you're done with that south node in your sign. And it's a time to break free. And like you said, like bring forth what you've been working on. And this is about releasing control, which can be a shadow of Scorpio, surrendering, stop bonding around struggle. So it's time to let go of some of that old story. Yeah. And everything I need to know finds me at the perfect time. That's the high priestess energy. That is the goddess declaration of this card. Yes, I love that.
Matt Oren is here. Hi, Matt. He says, I really love this team up for year readings. Well, we're glad that you're here. Matt is an amazing author, wrote a book called Psychic Witch, wrote another
Oh,
book, Mastering Magic. He's got another one coming next year. He's a
oh,
brilliant Pisces, super creative.
oh, I'll have
All
to
right.
follow him. Oh, and thank you, Michelle, for the badge. Yeah.
So after Scorpio, we got Sagittarius, we got Two of Cups. This is
Oh,
such a good year for relationships. I think Sagittarius, you're going to be getting a lot of love this year. Some of it might be romantic. Some of it's also your friends letting you know how much you mean to them. And also when it comes to like your community, the people you're working with, it's just a really good year for collaboration, connection, coming together, healing some relationships too. Some of you Sagittarius may experience a healing with a relationship that really needs that. And also, I would say with this card, if you are a Sagittarius and you're single, this year I want you out there. I want you
mm.
out there. Don't tell me you can't meet anyone or there's no good people. Mm-mm. There's plenty of good people. There's billions of people on this planet. So, Sagittarius, if you're single, get out there and mingle. There's going to be a lot of good energy. And just relationships in general, so good for y'all.
I love that. And there's a new moon in Sagittarius on Tuesday, and Mercury is stationing to go retrograde. So, like healing old things, yeah, can be really great. And I pulled Mum- Mumya Nahanda, radical
Ooh.
rebirth. Look at that with the
Ooh.
fire energy, with the
Wow.
lions and everything. Yes, you can. Stop the struggle. You can choose at any moment to be reborn. So, like, even if you're in a long term relationship, like bringing some rebirth into the relationship, I think. Yeah, it's like, still I rise is the goddess declaration. Still I rise. I
I
love
love
that.
that. And I also think for some of you Sagittariuses, with these two cards, don't be afraid to state what your needs are because
Mm,
people are not mind readers. I mean, my husband says I'm a mind reader. I'm not, but people are not mind readers. So listen, Sagittarius, you gotta sometimes speak up and let people know what you need. And this is a good year to practice that.
yeah, I love that for Sag. Yes.
All right, Capricorns. Now, Benny is a Capricorn. So, Benny, what do we got? We got the Hermit. So, that means for some of you Capricorns, your inner wisdom is going to be very loud. Okay, so if you quiet your mind, you're going to be able to hear what your inner wisdom wants to tell you. This is a good year for being introspective. It's a good year for trusting your own judgment more than you're trusting everybody else's. Listen to your wisdom, listen to the experiences you've been through. You know what is up, Capricorn. And this year, the rewards come when you look within. Some of you Capricorns are going to feel like you want some time by yourself too. And listen, you go get that time for yourself and you don't have to explain. Whoops, my earbud fell out. You don't have to apologize. Just do what you want to do. I'm going to get my earbud. Oh my God. So, really a great year for some time by yourself, Capricorn. No shame in that.
How funny, because I pulled live out loud for Capricorns. Yeah, and you can live out loud with it. You can make it be whatever you want, like through gaining some self-awareness and that hermiting energy, like discerning what is really important for you and what you really want to do. Express yourself. You have something to say. Express you-ness. And the goddess declaration, I am free to express myself fully. Yashigi. Yashigi. I love that.
And I
How
would
do
say
you
with
think
these,
these work together?
here's my advice for Capricorns with these two. Walk softly and wear a loud shirt.
I love that. I love that.
All right, Aquarius. I also got to say it like that. Aquarius, Seven of Wands. Now, this year for Aquarius, you've got some challenges coming at you. You've got too many things coming at you. And so, first of all, you've got to make sure that you're not taking on more than you can handle. You've got to practice saying no. And also, you've got to set some damn boundaries. You've got to set boundaries. You do not have to be like Gamera, friend to all children. You do not have to be, everybody's favorite person. So, this is a good year to say no, to have also the courage to be disliked because sometimes when you want to help everybody, when you want to be there for everybody, when you want to be everyone's friends, it's draining on you. So for Aquarius, don't take on more than you can handle. You're going to have a busy year nonetheless, and set those damn boundaries. Really set
Mhm.
those.
Yes, and this is somebody asked about the deck. It's Abrams, African Goddess Rising. If you go to the link in my bio, it's one of the decks on my Amazon storefront. I pulled Inoxana celestial alignment. So I think
Ooh,
if you do the work Teresa is suggesting and having the healthy boundaries, this will help align you to divinity. No one can take away from you what they didn't give you. And your declaration is, I am always being guided in the right direction. Yes. Healthy boundaries will help you do that.
yeah, so you're not wasting your energy on a bunch of BS. Hey, Cat on return,
Mhm.
just saw you come in. All right, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. We got the Nine of Wands. So first of
Mm.
all, the Nine of Wands indicates you have to protect your energy. You
Mm.
really do have to, and I mean, Pisces, you've got to do that in general. You're a mutable sign, you're a water sign, you're kind, you're big hearted, you're empathic. And so what happens is you end up with a lot of like energy vampires circling around you. And this year they are circling. So for Pisces, you want to protect your energy as much as possible. Do not invite the vampire in because once you've invited them in, you've got a hell of a time getting them out. And also, your intuition is going to let you know when someone is like for real or not for real. So trust your intuition around that. The other thing for some Pisces, some of you all got a big project coming up this year. It is going to feel daunting. You're going to think, I can't do this. There might be a setback. You might think, oh my God, it's not going to work out. And blammo, it's going to come together in the 11th hour. You're going to pull it off. You're going to pull it off. It's not magic, it's you. So don't freak out if you've got big things going on or if there's a setback because you've got this, Pisces. I believe in
Yeah,
you, Pisces.
I love that. And Saturn's in Pisces. So there is like some work, but with the work comes like you get on the other side and you realize how much you've matured and how you've like moved through it and find success. And I pulled Sekhmet, the wounded healer. So there's some
Mm.
chironic work for you to be doing, Pisces, with Saturn in your sign. Heal thyself. Everyone gets your best except you. That's what you were talking about with some of like having to have the healthy boundaries. You are a healer among your tribe. Stop putting your needs last. Your declaration is, it's safe to put myself first. Yes, yes.
Yes, Pisces. Shall we pull one for the collective for next year?
Yes, we should. We should. Thank
This
you,
will be
Moon
our last
Cult.
one, y'all. The
Uh,
Knight of Swords.
and
And so for this year, 2024, it's about fighting the good fight. And we're going to see some people really, really doing that. And we all have our part in this. And I've been saying this a lot lately. We all have our part to play to fight the good fight. And so that's what a lot of this year is going to be about fighting the good fight, standing up for what's right, speaking truth to power. Big, big year for
mm,
that. And look at it, it's a night. I with Pluto and Aquarius, these young folks,
mm.
I'm keeping an eye on y'all. I'm watching you.
Yes. And I think that's also, there's so much information coming at us. I think that
Yes.
with the sword, it's a reminder to we all need to be discerning. And I pulled the Queen of Sheba.
Ooh,
Secrets revealed. I think Pluto is going to be unearthing a lot of stuff for us to be made aware of. That might be the Jupiter Uranus, some big news as well about shocking news about financial stuff. And yeah, so wait, let me look 36. What is the advice about that? Let's
that's
see.
such a cool deck, by the
Open
way. The
your
colors.
eyes. Yeah, look at that. Open your eyes. Secrets are revealed. It's safe for you to see the truth.
Wow.
Jupiter is the truth. Conjunct Uranus. Yeah, your inner vision is crystal clear, and your declaration is, "I am connected to the divine." Mm.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the Queen of Sheba. I love this. And this is also about choosing your own path. She has her camel here. And I feel like it's about, things are going to be happening so fast with the Knight of Swords, but the camel makes me think kind of take your time, conserve your resources a little bit, and be ready to be awakened and don't look away from the truth, is what I'm getting.
I love it. Celeste, I love you. I
I
love
love you
working
too,
with you,
Teresa.
hanging out with you. And one day, and by the way, y'all, so Celeste is teaching at Norwalk. She mentioned that you're one of the reasons why I signed up. I'm not doing in person, I'm doing virtual. But I'm like, oh my God, I got to take a class with Celeste. So I am signed up. I will be seeing you virtually at Norwalk. And
Oh, I
everyone
love it.
sign up and learn from Celeste. Make sure you do that. I'm just really grateful you came up with an excuse for us to hang out. Any excuse to hang out with you anytime, Celeste. It's one of my favorite things to do. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. Okay, maybe we should do this quarterly.
We
So,
should.
yeah, I like that. I like that. I love it. It's always so fun. Yeah, and for people who don't know, NORWAC is an astrology conference. It's every year around Memorial Day, over Memorial Day weekend in Seattle. You can come virtually or in person. And yeah, I'd love to see you there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Teresa. I will make you a contributor on the live or a collaborator, and I will post a link to the picture of my cards in my stories for people to see. You have a wonderful holiday season, and
You
yes,
too.
take good care, Teresa. Thanks
Bye,
everyone for
everyone.
coming. Bye.